Sandra, welcome to another episode of Asexualise, my asexual life. This is the place to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual, and I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that great big subscribe button right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon so you get notified of every time I go live right now. I post a new video. Tonight's episode, Asexual guy said to me, which was, there is no life without sex. I've got something to say about that, as you can imagine. So, if you don't know who I am, welcome to my channel. I'm Sandra Bellamy, author of this Asexual perspectives book. And if you haven't heard the good news yet, this book is now available in Barnes & Noble and in Waterstones. So, check it out there or on Amazon. I'm really proud of that. And also, my Fibromyalgia Self-Handbook. I'm the author of this as well. This is also available now from Barnes & Noble as well as Amazon. So, I'm really pleased about that. You might have seen the videos that I published a little while ago about both. So if you aren't in the know, go and watch those videos after you watch this stream. So I'm not going to be too long tonight because I have to tell you that I've started getting rashes back again and pain back again. So I'm not up to full health capacity as I'd love to be. I'm going to need to keep the videos shorter than usual to maintain my health, basically. But tonight we're going to be discussing, like I said, what this heterosexual guy said to me. Now, this didn't actually come through the Facebook dating app, but it did occur on Facebook. So I am in a group on Facebook, which is a UK dating group, not for asexuals, just a general UK dating group. And I decided to post my pic in there and discuss basically what I was looking for in a relationship, you know, write a post about what I was looking for. And this guy, this foreign guy, he came across in my private message and said, but I'm not Indian, and he's from Pakistan. Now, I have no problems with guys from Pakistan. I've had a really close friend in the past from Pakistan, but in the end, I wrote in my post, I don't like any type of sex. I want a forever monogamous sex-free relationship. That's what I'm looking for. And still, when we got talking, he's like, oh, but there is no life without sex. And I'm like, that's the way you feel, that's the way you think, then you're better off getting someone who thinks the same as you, because I don't think that way. And he was like, oh, but it's God's will, and, you know, it's what God wants, and you know, that's all about, you know, procreation and all that lot. And he's like, oh, it's natural. I said, it's not natural, though, for many asexuals, because we don't feel that way. We're not wired that way. We're wired differently. You know, and I said, if you need that, then you need to find a girl that's suitable, that's got that same sort of thinking. And we wouldn't be suitable. And he did thank me for the chat, which was nice. He's learnt something, you know, he's learnt about asexuality. It wasn't a horrible person, he was a polite person, which was good. But do you know what I mean? It's just like, people don't understand. I said to him, it's conditioning. You know, you've been conditioned along with other people that everyone needs and wants sex, but it's conditioning. It's not actually the truth. There are thousands of asexuals that live among you. See, this is what people don't want you to know. This is what society doesn't want you to know. This is what advertisers don't want you to know. There are thousands of people out there that actually do not want sex, do not like it, do not get the need or urge or want for it. But of course, you know, if people knew that, what would happen to the advertisers and all the money people make through sex stuff, right? If people knew that it's normal to not want sex, there'd be less people trying to change themselves and make themselves want sex when even they don't have that urge. Even they don't have that need, but they think they've got to take Viagra or some other thing or a sex toy in order to try and make themselves want sex. I appreciate there's a lot of people in the world that do want sex, do like it. But I have to say that I think some of that does come from societal conditioning. I think that because people have been brought up that way, they don't know any different. And so if you show them something different, then, you know, they don't know what they don't know. Do you know what I mean? And they have to understand that they might come across an asexual person other than me in their life who also doesn't want sex. You know, it's very important that we get asexuality recognised as a sexual orientation globally, so that no asexual has to live in fear of ridicule ever again, and that hopefully, just hopefully, we can help prevent some rapes and sexual abuse. That's what I hope, you know, that's why I want asexuality to be recognised as a sexual orientation globally. That people don't all want sex. It's not natural for everyone to want sex and need it, you know? We have to be helping the generations of tomorrow as well as our own generation. We have to be explaining this is not actually the case. This reality that you've been caged in all your life since birth, this mentality of everyone wants and likes and needs sex, and if you have a relationship without sex, it's not valid. It's completely untrue. It's completely untrue. It's conditioning. Most things in society, pretty much everything is conditioning. Actually, everything, the news, the media, everything is conditioning. But you have to choose what you want to be conditioned by, right? Because everything's to do with the mind. Everything's to do with manipulation. Everything's to do with point of view. Everything's to do with perspective, you know? And I appreciate that people have different perspectives, but I just want people to know there are some people out there in the world that genuinely do not want, like, or need sex, and that they take it seriously. Just imagine how many teenagers now don't actually want sex, and they are thinking, God, I'm all alone, I have to push myself to do this thing, society thinks I should do it, everyone says I should do it, I'm in a relationship now, and, you know, and pressure's on, and that's what's expected of me, and I don't know anyone else that doesn't want it, so why am I so different? I can't understand myself, I feel really lonely, I feel really sad, I feel fed up, depressed, you know, I don't know a way out, I don't know what to do, but I guess I just go along with what everyone else wants because there is no one else out there like me. That's kind of thing that, you know, that used to go through my head, some of that stuff, you know, that, you know, that there's no one else like me. But this went on, like, more into adulthood. I didn't realise I was asexual as a kid. I just knew I loved romance and kissing, you know, but in adulthood I was like, I honestly thought there was no one in the world like me. I thought I was the only one who didn't like, want, or need sex, and that's a very lonely place to be in. It's a very lonely place, right? But we have to stop this. We have to abolish the idea that everyone wants, likes, and needs sex, and we have to stop valuing our worth in a relationship based on how much sex we are or are not having. I appreciate that if someone needs sex, if it's an innate need of theirs personally, if they want it, if they desire it, if they need it, then they would not be suitable to be with an asexual, sex repulsed person who doesn't want it. Right? It's total incompatibility. Neither of those people are going to be fully happy. They need to move on and find better partners for themselves. But it's only by having asexuality recognised globally as a sexual orientation in its own right that we can be taken seriously, that they can understand they're going to come across some asexuals and they should be asking someone's sexual orientation and respecting different sexual orientation. It should really be accepting that some people don't want sex. And if that's not for them, they move on, you know. So many relationships struggle with finances, for example. That's a big reason why people usually split up, is because of lack of communication. Firstly, finances is usually a problem, like money struggles and arguments between each other, of, you know, and also, you know, lack of sex or sexual incompatibility, more like it, you know. So it's important that we remember that not everyone's the same as us, you know. I understand, because I have kissing needs in a relationship. I couldn't be in a relationship without kissing, because for me that's a very physical, innate need and desire. It's a strong desire that if I wasn't fulfilling that, I would feel unfulfilled physically in that side of my relationship. You know, that's something personal to me, and it's very hard to find a compatible person because most asexual guys don't like kissing that much. You know, and for sexual guys, kissing is a prequel to sex, which I don't want. So it's very difficult. It's, you know, obviously I do live without kissing, you know, but in terms of relationship, I really, really want to express my kissing, because I pretty much get everything else from my life and from my friends, you know, and I just want that special guy in my life to kiss and to be soulmates, best friends, and, you know, just happy teenager style love, 21 upwards, thank you. You know, and that's what I want, you know. But I do understand that people have different needs. I do understand that sexuals do need sex, right? And if that's the case, this is why we need to have more open and honest conversations about sexuality, asexuality. If more people accepted asexuality, it'd be so much easier to just say, yeah, I'm asexual and no repercussions. Everyone accepts it and like, oh, right, okay, well, I'm heterosexual, really need sex. We've got to move on, but I wish you the best of luck. I respect your orientation. You know, we need to be having these type of conversations, not the type of conversation that's, oh, that's not natural, or everyone wants it, or that's not what God says. You know what I mean? With all due respect, I'm not strictly religious, right? And I live my life by my own rules, not rules that anyone else makes up for me. Do you know what I mean? No one or nothing, you know? I respect everything, but I don't have to follow rules, you know? Like, many people are robots in life, just following rules, you know? It's very important that you break free of societal conditioning. And even if you're a person watching this right now is heterosexual and you're like, but I love sex, it's great. I've got no problem with that. There are a large proportion of the world that do actually love sex and enjoy it. And if it's consensual and you enjoy it, I'm all for you being happy and doing that, right? But what I'm not happy with is people thinking that everyone needs to be like this, that everyone is that way. And if not, it's not natural. Asexuals are not wired that way. It's not natural for us to want, like, or need sex in the main. You know, we just don't get that desire unless we're on the more sexual end of the asexual spectrum. But a pure asexual doesn't have those type of urges, right? So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. This is my viewpoint on it. I'd love to hear what you have to say. I'd love to hear your own view on what you think when sexuals are saying, you know, there's no life without sex. Clearly there is, because I've got asexual friends that are in relationships with other asexuals. One's married to his asexual wife, and, you know, and lots of asexuals have a huge amount of beautiful, loving, caring, fun and interesting life without sex. So there really is life without sex, a very good life actually. And if you base your life on sex, to me, that's something a bit wrong there, you know, because if you're not having sex, there'll clearly be something wrong with your life, right? So do not base your life on whether you're having sex or not. Just base on being happy in the moment with what you're doing with yourself and making the best you can out of life. It's really important you do that. Anyway, I'm going to leave you for now. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching tonight. I really appreciate you being here. And if you like to subscribe, please subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that great big bell icon to get notified every time I go live right now or post a new video. It's great to be back with you. Lots of love, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye.